Hello everyone, this is Kaiju Stuff here, and I'm going to share my Christmas haul of 2023. That's about it for the opening. So let's just start with small things that I got. Here we have some books, because I like American history, states, presidents, but that really doesn't have to do with Godzilla, so yeah, this is just stuff that I got. And then the next thing has to do with Godzilla. It's just kind of small. Here we have the Godzilla Jenga. And I have the Godzilla Monopoly somewhere over there. It's like right there, I see it. And so now I have both Godzilla games like this. And I haven't opened it yet. It's 5 days after Christmas. It's January 1st. Yeah, I've not opened this yet. First video of 2024 also. Pretty cool. Okay, so, I'm gonna start getting to... Oh, wait, never mind, there's also this. This came with one of my Christmas presents. It's a little Bagan card. Comes in Japanese. It's actually really cool. Last year, I got something similar to it. It's like a green mothra. But since I didn't have a channel last year... Yeah, but I'll show you the green mothra at the end. It's like the same scenario. I'm pretty sure it's the same seller. They just give you like a little bonus, whatever they could find, really. Really cool Gigan card. Okay, so now we get to like the small figures and work our way up. So I'm going to do like favorite to least favorite. So my least favorite, it's Mothra 2019. Now, I didn't technically get this for Christmas, but I had a gift card for Amazon, and it was for, money, and I didn't have any Mothra 2019s, so I was like, you know what, I might as well get the Bandai one if I'm gonna get one, because my main thing is Bandai. It's okay. I mean, I'm glad I'm just glad I have a representation of the character. It was only like $20. Pretty cool. It arrived in like a week. Not too bad. No articulation. Came with tag, obviously. It's only a couple years old. Actually, it's 5 years old now. Wow. I remember when I saw that in theaters. Anyway. The next thing is, actually, it's not my least favorite, but it's tiny. I actually really like this one, because I'm really glad I have it. It's a little gashapon, Destroyah, like, third form. I really like it. It's actually not my least favorite. My second least favorite is just tiny, and I want to get all the tiny things out of the way. I'm just so glad I have this. It's just so cool to have, Like, there's a Bandai one, but it's crazy expensive. So I'm glad I have this tiny one, and it matches pretty well with my NECA Burning Godzilla. Yeah, it's really cool. Really like that. So now we have a prototype, and once again, this is not my least favorite, but it's tiny. Sorry that cut, I couldn't find it. The Hot Wheels Godzilla car. And this is a prototype. Very cool. If you look on the back, there's no license plate. Well, there is. It's just like not fully done. See, there's a R. The lights aren't painted. It's very cool. It's got Godzilla on the side. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. The next one, we're starting to get a little bigger. And it is a Zilla cake topper. I think it's pretty cool. It's weird. I was looking on eBay, like, a couple months ago. Like, July-ish. And I was looking, and I saw this for, like, $5. And it was a bid. And I was about to get it, but right before I was about to put my bid in, someone already took it. But then I look under the tree and that's there. So, I don't know. This is really cool. My only complaint really is I wish there was no building here. Because this would be like a really cool, like, little Zilla figure if there was no building here. Because the paint job's actually really good. I actually really like it. It's just that building is annoying. And it's not like I can, like, get it off somehow. I don't know. But it's really cool Zilla figure. It would have been better without the building. Still really cool. The next one is a bit incomplete, but I'm really glad to have it. Like, actually extremely glad. It is the Zilla pen. What I mean by incomplete, there's no end of the tail, which I'm totally okay with that. And obviously, the pen doesn't work because it's been dried out since 1998. But I really like this Zilla figure nonetheless. And I can say I have it because, you know, Zilla pen. Now, all these figures, I don't know where I'm going to put them. I know I'm going to put the Zillas where my Zilla section is. If you looked at the Trendmasters video, that's my Zilla section. It doesn't matter if it's Trendmasters, that's just kind of my section for Zilla figures. And I'm definitely going to be putting these two there. But the other ones, like the ones coming up and the ones after, I'm not really sure. The Mothra, I think I'll just put in my Legendary section. I have to do a collection someday. Probably 2024 collection, because 2023, you know, I only started like September of 2023. I had another channel before that, but it got deleted. It had like 80 subs and like 1 million views. No, I'm lying. Like 100,000 views all around the channel. Yeah, and then they deleted it. So if you guys see a kaiju stuff, it's not a knockoff of it, even though I don't know why someone would knock off a channel with only 80 subs. But that would just be me because I made a new channel. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to make a collection haul probably the end of 2024 next year. And I'm going to be looking at this video saying, wow, I did that. So next up is, okay, so I'm not trying to get into politics here, but they say I have a really good Trump impression. So they got me this. It's a Trumpinator. It's not because of politics or anything. They just say I have a really good Trump impression. And I'm not going to do it now, but I'll definitely do it sometime in the future, probably with like a character in the show. But this is pretty cool. Bobbles. I like the Terminator too. Terminator's a good movie. Yeah. So next up, what am I going to do next? Oh, okay. It is the not season 1, Wave 1 Bandai Creation Godzilla 1954. I actually didn't put this on my list, but I got it, and I'm really glad I did, because I can say I have a Bandai Creation Godzilla 54 that looks like Godzilla 1954, because the, not season 1, I'm gonna keep saying that, the wave, like, I think 4 or 5 or 3 or something, like the latest Bandai Creation 54, it reminds me of 55 more than 54. So if I ever make like a Godzilla 1955 stop motion, I would use that, because it looks more like 55 than 54 in my opinion. It's a lot more like skinnier, the face, you know. So I'm glad I have a Bandai Creation 54 that looks like 54. Paint job's not too bad, not gonna lie. It's a Bandai Creation. The arm is a little weird, a little skinny. Like, specifically this one looks pretty fine. Yeah. And actually, look, it compares decently to the 1999 Godzilla 54. Because that one isn't really... It's better than this, but it holds up. Especially since it's from like 2002. Yeah, 2002. Yeah. So the next one, I'm just going to start doing it because I think all of them are pretty tied besides the one. And this is the 2023 Bandai Rose Biollante. I got a lot of new figures, so I could just say I have them. And also because I have one gashapon Rose Biollante, which I got actually last Christmas. But this is cooler because it's a 6-inch. And it's a Rose Biollante. And a couple years ago, Rose Biollantes were like non-existent. There was like one from like 2003, and it was like very expensive because it was like a marmot. I don't really recall because I never really wanted a Rose Biollante. I put this on my list because I just needed one. Not because I wanted it, because I needed it, just so I can say I have it. Because I do have a Godzilla vs. Biollante section. So I will put this in it. And I can say I have a 6-inch of this. So I'm pretty cool. I like how shiny the brain is, like the membrane. It's pretty shiny. The only articulation's the head and these tendrils. I like the image that they used. It on fire when Godzilla blew it up. Really like that. So, if you watch the series, you know that I have a friend who voices Kiryu. And I got the first Kiryu from 2002. Really cool. I'm glad I have it. Once again, I mean, I already have a Kiryu, but not this Kiryu. So now I have 2 Kiryus. And I do have a smaller one that's like this big of this. It's like a small bandai of it. It's actually pretty cool. But I'm just glad I have this. Pretty cool. And I'm going to be putting this in my Godzilla vs. Kiryu section. So I guess I do know where I'm putting most of these, actually. Just, I guess from going on, I don't know where I'm going to put the rest. Because I think the rest are just going to be, like, anywhere. Really. So that's pretty cool. So this one I've been wanting for years. Not the figure itself, but them making it. Because they should have made this years ago. Bagan. I'm going to make a toy review on this, actually. But, this is really cool. The tag is perfect. This is the paint job. The design they used, because I know there's, like, multiple variants of Bagan. This is, like, the peak design of Bagan. There was a lot of canceled movies with him. If you don't know who Bagan is, he was in one Godzilla video game for the Super Nintendo. That video game's not too good, but the graphics are good in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of those type of games. I like Godzilla on PS4 anyway. I'm not going to go into my opinions on games right now. But this is really cool. The articulation is great. They chose the best points. My only problem is that the head doesn't move. Other than that, the paint job is they went all out with this, basically. Like, they knew that this had to be good, because people have been wanting it for so long. So, yeah. I'm going to make a toy review on this, so I'm not going to take the tag off on this quite yet. Because most of these, actually all these, I'm taking the tag off. If I had, like, a rare figure, like a actual, like, extremely rare figure, this is probably going to become rare in the future. But for now, it's not rare. So, yeah. The next one, it's a reissue. But there's no difference, in my opinion, between the original and this one. And I don't even have the original, but I've wanted the original for a long time. It is the Titanosaurus, and I'm so happy I have this. Because I've always wanted Titanosaurus, and I never thought there would be a reissue of it. And here we are. There's a reissue of it. There's actually no difference. It's actually the paint job's a little different because it's a little darker. But other than that, there's literally, that I can see, no difference. It's a little softer, I get. No, actually. Because I have held the Titanosaurus. I didn't own it, but I've held it. Because I was at a shop in New York called Toy Tokyo. I've talked about it before. If you're there, if you're in the Manhattan area, go. Because it's really cool if you're a kaiju fan. But I held it there. But I just wanted to save my money. And I kind of knew, in a way, that I would get it eventually. And I did. So the tag's really cool. That's actually a really good picture of him. They definitely picked a good picture. The articulation is the exact same from the one made in like 2004, 2005. I already talked about that set actually when I made a review on the Godzilla 1973. I did make basically the same thing. I'm just glad I have now both, so technically I, quote unquote, have a reissue of that set, kind of, because 1973 is not 1975, but it's close enough, you know. And I have a Mechagodzilla, so technically I could recreate the movie, but I'm not, because don't feel like it. And someone already did that. Multiple people already did that. And they did better than me, probably. Okay, so this next one I technically didn't get for Christmas, but I did get a gift card that I used to get it. And I'm surprised they actually had it. It's the Hedorah 2004. I got it at FYE for $30. Where's the price? Oh, here we go. Yeah. $30. I got this because I was planning on getting it on eBay. But I saw it at FYE. And if you include shipping on eBay, it would actually be more on eBay. So I just kind of bought it. And I still have like $20 more ish on that gift card. So I'm not sure how I'm going to buy. And I'm surprised that they had any bandai because they never do. Like all their Godzilla things, it's usually Mezco or like Super 7. And then that's about it. And then there's like exclusives like blankets and stuff. They never really have like Bandai vinyls. And I walk in and I see this next to like King Ghidorah 2019 and like, I think that's it. Because I think they sold out of everything else. Because I don't think that was all they had. Just because it was very bland, that shelf that they were on. But this was the last one there. So I was just like, you know what? This is never going to be here again. And I can say I bought this at FYE. Because they never had Bandai there. So I just kind of picked this up. And I was okay with that. It's actually a really cool figure. I don't have a Bandai Showa Hedorah, but I do have an X Plus and a golden Showa Hedorah, which was from the 50th anniversary for Hedorah, which was last year. But other than that, I don't really have any Showa Hedorahs, but I do have this now, and I'm really happy I do. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So the next things are, I guess you could say vintage. Yeah, they're actually pretty vintage. The one's 20 years old, the other 30-ish. So I'm going to do, these are like my 3 favorites out of the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to start. Now these are at least to best. Like least favorite to my all-time favorite. Cretaceous King Ghidorah. Now, this one was kind of a minority in which I never really wanted it, but it would be cool to have. But once I actually got it in my hands, that all changed. Because it's King Ghidorah, but it's like, it's got an ancient feel. It feels like it's from the Cretaceous era. If you look, there's like, just like plates of like keratin. The wings are like very not King Ghidorah like there's like two little fingies. The tail's all, if you saw the movie, it actually, the tail breaks off and becomes a new King Ghidorah after this one dies. This one, the articulation's okay. It's really just the heads, the legs, the wings, which I wouldn't recommend really articulating because it looks kind of weird, and the tail. But this is really cool. I really like the sculpt. The heads look like they're like coming at you. The color's really nice. It's like a bronze, most of it, but there's also some gold in there. Because most Ghidorahs are like all gold. This is like a bronze, and these plates are gold. It's actually really nice color scheme. In the movie, he only lasted like more like 15 minutes. So I'm glad that people can look at him for longer right here. So I would totally recommend. So yeah. Next up is this one's actually really cool because I actually really needed it. It's the 8-inch. I don't remember what year it was made. Bandai. I'm gonna actually check. 8-inch. 1995. Of course it was. Duh. That's when the movie came out. Destroyah. And this is literally my favorite Destroyah in my collection because I do have a surprising amount of Destroyahs. I have a like Bandai box thing of Destroyah. I have the 2016 Destroyah, Chibi Destroyah, a gashapon Destroyah. I have a couple Destroyahs. The one that I just showed you, this one, but this doesn't really count because this is the aggregate form. It's not really the Destroyah. So this one is peak Destroyah. The paint is perfect. These wings, they look weird because I've seen a lot of people have these, like Louis Theran. He's had this Destroyah, and these wings have always be like, oh god, those wings, they look terrible. But they're not like a rubber wing. These are like hard plastic. Because I always thought they were like rubber for some reason. But they're not. And he has a nice gold for like his chest intersection. His head moves. Most Destroyers' heads don't move because it looks kind of weird. But on this one it works. The arms are nice and like fat. They look very muscular. The legs are nice and stiff, so they won't like. This one's a little, yeah. No, they're both nice and stiff. The tail's got a nice curve. You can rotate it. And the intersection of the tail, like this, it's very stiff, but you can kind of see it move. Very stiff, but movable. These wings move, but I wouldn't recommend to move them because I think they're supposed to be looked like they're tucked in. The sculpt is near perfect. It's got nice spines. on the shoulders and like on the feet. It's got like really nice sculpt on the feet, because most Destroyers kind of just cheap out on the feet, and they just kind of paint the like from here to here white, like from like here down white, because you know there's a lot of things, but they actually put red inside the things. There's some red highlights, because most of this figure is like a very, very, very dark red, like a very blood red, dark red. Very cool. Very cool. I will definitely be using this, probably some sort of stop motion of some kind. Just not really detailed stop motion, because, you know, I'm not getting an SH Monster or to Destroyah, because those things are like $400. So yeah, really cool. If you want a Bandai Destroyah, I would totally recommend that one. Now for the grand finale, the pinnacle of Godzilla figures, in my opinion. Kind of. Godzilla Bandai figures. Not including, like, special ones, but, like, just plain, regular releases. Not including, like, special releases of, like, anniversaries and stuff, but just, like, regular ones. The pinnacle is Kizer Ghidorah. Now, these things are usually expensive, but since I got it for Christmas, you know, didn't have to pay. But what's cool is that, if I go over here, I'm gonna get my SH Monster Arts Kizer, or Monster X, if you were from America, like me. And this, the scale is just perfect. They look in sync. It's like a symphony of figures. And this one, it might not be too articulated, but the details are near perfect. The sculpt is perfect. And I'm not going to mention this abomination that they made in 2023. Yeah, that was sad. But, this, the articulation, perfect. They did everything right. The sculpt, perfect. The movie accuracy, perfect. The only thing now is for SH Monster Arts is to make this. Just more articulation. Because the sculpt is good enough. Like, it's literally one of the best figures I have. That's not an exaggeration. And it was like Christmas day. No, it was the day after Christmas. Well, it was actually 12 o'clock. I just posted it because I couldn't fall asleep, so I just made a quick video saying Happy Holidays. I just couldn't fall asleep and I was bored, so I used this. And, yeah. So if you guys were like, he didn't get that for Christmas, he bought that after Christmas and then made this video. No, I just haven't been making... I just wanted to make the video like the day after New Year's. I was already planning that because I don't know, it just sounded cool. So the day of New Year's, because it's New Year's Day, it's not New Year's Eve. So it sounded cool. That's really about it. Yeah, so I'm just so glad I have this, and I'm glad I can, once we reach subs, I don't know how many until we get verified, but once we reach probably like 1,000 subs-ish, 500, we can get verified, and then I can make posts, and then those posts would just be like, just a lot of pictures, because I'm telling you, if I'm bored, I would just be taking kaiju pictures, because there's not too much effort into it, unlike videos, and I'm not trying to put down kaiju photographers, but it's true. Like, I'm making a stop motion right now, and I'm making it really good, like very high FPS, so that it's gonna take me like a couple weeks. With photography, it's just like you do this with a background, and then that's the picture. And then you can add like some effects with like lasers and stuff. I don't know. I'm not trying to put them down. I'm just saying. So once I start to make posts, I will do that. I would just like to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps. Thank you.